Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is April the 19th, 2017. You know, Bitcoin, on a certain intellectual level, I am having the time of my life these days. Really, thanks to Bitcoin and all the excitement that surrounds this channel. I think it started around the time I went to South Africa in October, and it has just been a wild ride since then, especially since the new year started when I got this new computer. I've been doing these live shows ever since about January 3rd, I think. So yes, this is the home of cryptocurrency straight talk. There was some straight talk for you. No fancy set of graphics, just information. And tonight, I'm just going to read off a bunch of stuff I have written here. I had no time to organize at all. You know, it's harder since I've been back in Baltimore. It was easier in Portugal to get everything off. Now it's, I'm just running out of time every night. So it's a mess every night, but there's a lot going on. And I have to reply to people's comments more. I had no time today to do that at all. Also, we're working on maybe doing a Spanish show, a Spanish pilot. If you're interested in that, email me at adam@tresorhelp.com. adam@tresorhelp.com, whatever way you want to spell it. It's listed in the notes section below. Check out the notes section below. Hopefully, I've updated the notes section below more so by the time you watch this. Now I'm live, and it's not that updated. Thanks for the Monero. Thanks for the reoccurring Bitcoin. And thanks, Jacob, for the Steam. Hello, West Coast party people. It is late here on the East Coast. I wanted to get this show in before it was the 20th. As you know, I post a new show here every day. Hello, $21 Million Club and Yellow Fever and Across. And everyone that's there. James Bond is there also, causing all sorts of trouble, I'm sure. I took a look at the chat, but I'm not going to have time to answer anything in there. So don't say, hey, Adam, what do you think of Pivx? Actually, I'm going to talk about Pivx in a second. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, so hello, West Coast and China. Check out, not West, everywhere, West Coast, Hawaii. I love you, Hawaii. I wanted to say that check out the interview I did yesterday with Tor de Meester. Excellent. They're even quoting it in the Ethereum Classic Reddit. He actually called Ripple the know your currency coin, the KYC coin. So I'm just going to call Ripple KYC coin for now on. That was like an awesome part of the video for me. You should see how excited I get. Follow me at TechBalt. Okay, and everyone should read all of Tor de Meester's recent tweets. He is an awesome Twitter guy. I'm going to make a lot of Twitter recommendations today. Tone Vays has a new tweet out here that I have written down the tweet URL, but I'll go and I'll see what I wanted to read because I had no time to prepare this at all. What a tone right here that made me so not sure what else needs to be said. Support SegWit will win. It's only a matter of when. Delaying it only keeps Bitcoin price down. Brilliant, brilliant Tone. Damn, Tone Vays on fire, baby, on fire. And I will comment on that a little bit later on. I want to say that I've been realizing that content creators like me, like Tone, like whoever, we have an influence, an important influence over the psychology of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market. So, hey, it's an incentive to get into the game and make your own videos so you can help influence this psychology of what's going on, the way that people feel. Because you do remember there was a time the vibe got, everyone was scared because people were letting this one dude on their show who was just, you know, spreading complete FUD like a maniac. You know, they used to, you know who he is. He's just the troublemaker, the king troll. But once we content creators, and Tony and I actually talk a lot off air, and you know, when we talk to each other and stuff, we kind of like bounce ideas back and forth and see that, you know, almost reassure each other. Like the situation is not nearly as bad as some people would like to say. It's not bad at all now, but back then there's a lot of behind the scenes talk going on. You guys remember that show, that This Week in Bitcoin show, when Vinny Lingham came on just randomly? I got him on in the middle of it. And a lot of us talked afterwards, Tone and Blake. And I mean, there was a lot of talk going on. And I think it helped for some of the personalities to kind of talk behind the scenes. And I wanted to give everybody a little peek into some of the behind the scenes stuff. And that the guys that when we do talk on air and stuff, it makes a difference. It does make a difference. So we all have a responsibility to, think about this logically, what's going on, not to scare anyone and not to give any FUD people too much airtime, definitely. And, and then they start crying, oh, you're censoring us. Well, dude, make your own channel. Make your own channel. You're so rich with all your Bitcoin and everything. If you're censored by the Reddit, who cares? My God. Anyway, so yes, if you want to be a content creator, you get to influence the psychology. And the psychology of the market is so important, especially with these altcoins, for God's sakes. So I see why all of you try to pump your altcoins every second of the day when you're in the chat and when you're asking me questions and stuff. And I mean, it's logical. But the psychology of the market is very important when we're dealing with the price. So yeah, I already said check out yesterday's show. Also, Decred interview is going to be next. It's going to be Monday the 24th, probably at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I was just, going back and forth with the guy over Twitter. That should be interesting. Here's a tweet about the gold price. And I haven't even linked to these yet. But I'm running out of time before these shows. So here, I'm just going to go straight to my browser, type in the URL, what I want to share with everyone. I don't even know what I wanted to share. Okay, this is from Willy Woo. Bitcoin inflation rate will match gold's 2% by the next halving event in 2020. And he gives a chart. And that's pretty cool, isn't it? Because that's going to get some more gold people thinking wait a second, this Bitcoin thing's no joke. What's this halving thing I'm hearing about here in 2019 that's coming up in 2020? So that's another reason to look forward to the halving. It'll get the Bitcoin inflation rate closer to gold. And if you like gold, hey, live it, love it. She's just a woman. Yeah. What does this say? Share my. Oh yeah, I mentioned this in the comments section. You should have. It's good to have a lot of credit. I have a lot of credit. I mentioned I owned a home, and I have no debt on it, but I have a home equity line of credit on it. So at any moment, I could get $100,000 out of it. Right, basically write myself for a check for $100,000 for owning that house. And that's go. Someone asked me about diversification the other day, and I forgot to mention that part of it. But just because I have the ability to get $100,000 at any time I want out of that house, doesn't mean that's what you should do, because that's what they want you to do. And that's what most people do. They go into debt. They go, oh, well, my house is worth 200, so I'll just take 100,000 out, and then they never pay it back. They buy lots of worthless stuff with it, et cetera, et cetera. So you always want to have the ability to have a lot of credit. And, I have credit cards too, but they're, again, who knows how much credit I can get on that. But no, you don't, just because you have the credit doesn't mean you should use the credit. That's just something to remember that keep yourself in a good financial situation and will help answer some people's questions like, Adam, what do you do for a living? Well, what I don't do for a living is more important, isn't it? I don't spend all of my credit. I spend none of my credit there. So that's an important thing. Oh yeah, Vortex. Vortex is like the best Twitter guy out there. He was on my show before. He's on all the shows. He's got his own show. And I list his Twitter below. Follow him on Twitter. Oh my God. He wins the Twitter award of the day. I'm not going to read. He tweets a lot too. So follow Vortex. Follow me at TechBot. I follow Vortex. People wanted me to talk about why the Chinese exchange prices are lower, and why Bitfinex is higher. Well, the Chinese, they're not letting you take the money out or something. There's restrictions. So when there's artificial, strange restrictions on exchanges, it totally messes up the price. But again, on the Chinese exchanges, there used to be it used to be a complete free-for-all that would inflate. There would be no fees. So at one point it was all inflated. All the numbers coming off of China were inflated. How many people were really using it, what the price it was producing. Now that they have these some very restrictive rules, the complete opposite has happened. And as I used to say, and I don't need to say it anymore, that there are not as many Chinese people trading as we once thought. And their exchanges aren't as important. And I don't know if people are even using them. I mean, it's not really seeping into our market. So there's not much of a crossover and you can't get your money out or something. So that's why the price is weird over there. I'm going to link to an article below that talks a lot more about the Bitfinex situation with Taiwan. And again, they're having a problem with their bank. And it explains it much better than I can explain it. But again, when weird things start to happen in terms of being able to, for the exchange to get money, it causes imbalances between the exchanges. I don't think Bitfinex is going down or anything like that. I'm not spreading FUD. But again, you shouldn't keep your coins or your money on any exchange at all. So all this conversation should be about is like, why is the Bitfinex price different than the Bitstamp price? There's like a $50 difference. That's what the conversation should be about. And you shouldn't be personally concerned because you shouldn't have Bitcoin on these exchanges in the first place. And I know I've said this before, but there are a lot of new people. Don't do it. Get yourself a Trezor, and you can email me, adam@trezorhelp.com. I do consultation to help people set up their Trezor. And by the way, when you email me, don't just blindly send me, my deposit. Or someone just did that, and I said, don't do that. I mean, it was too late. The guy sent me something at the wrong address. Luckily, it was my address. Don't send Adam. If you're gonna be my client, you don't send Bitcoin to my tip address. Hey, if you want to send me tips, that's awesome. That's awesome. But the addresses that I have listed below here, this video, are my tip addresses. And if we're going to work together as a client and stuff, I give you a completely new address. I mean, we do things a lot differently. It's not this very, very different than what you see here. Trust me, it's very one-on-one, and everyone enjoys. I give it my all when I'm talking to you, when I'm doing a consultation on the phone. I get pretty intense. It's awesome. We have a fun time. You get your hours worth, definitely. And you can ask me anything. You can ask me personal stuff too if you want to. I mean, oh yeah, and here I'm wearing the Linda's Gift Direct shirt again. Be different. Now, if you use the Meister code and follow the directions that are listed below this video, it specifically says you get the discount with the cryptocurrencies, with Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Dogecoin, okay? That's how you get the Meister discount. I mean, if you want to buy shirts from the guy or whatever, buy shirts from the guy with your money. But if he wanted everyone, you get the Meister discount if you use cryptocurrency. So, I've always said, well, you should always save your cryptocurrency. Well, here is this is an opportunity where you're getting, by using cryptocurrency, you're getting a good deal. So if you really need your T-shirt, you're getting it for less than you would if you used fiat. So there is a benefit. The guy's giving you a benefit for using cryptocurrency, which is, hey, what can I say? What can I say? People want Bitcoin shirts, okay? They're kind of cool, man. They're kind of cool. And if you are an entrepreneurial type of person, I'm working with another guy also who might be doing some Bitcoin stuff. And hey, I'd love to, work out some sort of deal with you two, or I mention you on the air or whatever. I'm trying to help entrepreneurs out there that love cryptocurrency, that love Bitcoin and everything. So what is this I have here? Why did I write new guest? I don't even know. I shouldn't even, don't know what that means. And there's a URL next to it. So it might be like giving away my thought process of who I want next on the show. So I'm not going to talk about whatever that is. Hey, there's a Cointelegraph article, Bitcoin Plus, the next generation cryptocurrency. It's weird. Why this Bitcoin Plus, again, is one of those altcoins that's been around for a while now. All of a sudden they're talking about it because it's pumping. I mean, and again, I am all for well, this is actually different. I'm all for people forking their own Bitcoins and then giving people free of their new coins. I think that's kind of cool. We talked about that on that Bitcoin Classic episode we had on with Olivier. But this is a little different, so I'm not contradicting myself here. This is an altcoin that already existed, and for some reason, Cointelegraph is giving it some weird legitimacy. I don't get it, man. I'll link to that article below. I actually forgot to link to it below, but you can check out Cointelegraph. Is Litecoin back over the threshold again? No, it seems like it's below the threshold again for signaling for SegWit. So I don't know what's up, man. So much drama in the LTC. We'll get back to them. It's the usual suspects that are holding that up. It has to be over 75% for a certain amount of time, and then for 2 weeks straight. And I don't know, man. We'll see. Hey, pound that like button if you're one of those happy people out there. Tizen, thank you for mentioning happy people that are excited about what Tizen mentioned today, which is that I have over 5,000 subscribers now. Thank you very much, everyone that's watching live right now. Pound that like button. Pound that like button in celebration. For those who'd like to rock, I salute you. So yeah, we actually broke 5,000 during the Tour de Meester interview. I have Andy Hoffman's name written down here. He's going to return soon, I hope. We've been talking back and forth. And because I've been so busy, I haven't been able to email Andy Hoffman back. Like most of you, I haven't been able to email back at all. There's some people I want to talk about some Hawaii issues. Oh, we're going to get to some Hawaii issue here. By the way, as you can tell, I am just reading off everything that I just have laying around here now. So this show is probably going to be a teeny bit longer than usual, but some of you, for some reason, enjoy long shows. You guys, here's a little bit of tidbit of information, a little bit of personal information you don't usually get from Adam Meister. I don't watch any of my shows. Do you know that? Once I'm done with the show, that's it. I don't put little advertisements on them or anything. You know, I guess you can put like little links on them. Because I want to know how many people watch my show. I don't want to influence the number at all. Oh, here, this is what I wanted to share. It's a link by Charlie Lee, and it's from the other day. Brian, thanks for working hard to add Litecoin to Coinbase. Okay, it must be coming soon, guys. It must be coming soon if Charlie mentioned it yet again recently. So yeah, I don't watch my own videos, so I don't know how anyone can watch this stuff. This stuff's terrible. How can it? No, it's fun. It's fun. But no, I don't watch it. How could I? I can't listen to my own voice again. Come on, I'm living it right now. That's all I need to know. So okay, here the Hawaii situation. One of my buddies in Hawaii. Hello, everyone in Hawaii. Now I know you guys are watching. I love you. So first of all, I'll read this, and then we're going to talk about what this means. Sad but true story, Adam. I went into the bank today, this is in Hawaii, to try to wire some money over to an exchange in order to acquire more Bitcoin. And the person helping me, as soon as they heard the word Bitcoin, called the manager over. They came over to me and said, we can't wire anything to any place that has to do with Bitcoin. They basically said they can't have anything to do with Bitcoin and will flag any account that is involved with Bitcoin. So sad was going on here. Meanwhile, countries like Japan and in Europe are legalizing the currency and advancing. US and Hawaii will be left behind unless they repent soon. Sorry to say, I will send the money to a US mainland account to try to wire it. Okay, so obviously the state of Hawaii is causing this situation with their weird state regulations that they have. It's very unfortunate. And this is one of the reasons I want to have a Bitcoin conference in Hawaii. I think it would be like something to wake up the people there. It'd be a lot of fun to go to Hawaii, wouldn't it? It's not that much money to go to Hawaii. You guys just don't go out to eat for a few, 5 different times. You save up $500 or whatever. I flew out of Philadelphia once, I think for $400 some to Honolulu. Less than $500 it was. But what I want here is if you're in Hawaii, email me at adam@tresorhelp.com. And I know a couple of you have, and I haven't gotten back to everyone as best as I can. And I've tried to reach out to some Hawaii people. But if there are 10 people from Hawaii who really want this, who contact me, adam@tresorhelp.com, then let's get it on. Let's do this, and let's figure out a way to have a conference there to wake these people up. And it won't be a regular conference. We're going to be able to network there. We're going to come out up with business ideas. You're going to come out feeling like you made some money. and maybe you will make some money. Hopefully you will. I'm always thinking of ideas. When I'm around people, I can just come up with so many ideas. I can get Tone to come. I think Tone would like to. I mean, I don't mean to speak for people here. I don't want to put words into Tone's mouth, but Tone and I talk off air about conference ideas and stuff. And I guess he would probably come to it. I know Lauren Gamaroff was excited, and I know that Ty Zen probably would come to Hawaii, I think. Would you like to talk to Ty Zen in Hawaii? Again, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I mean, it would be fun. It would be fun to have a conference that's not, most of these conferences are all about blockchain and some dude promoting their business. I mean, this would be like this show. It would be very informal, but you could be a newbie too. And we'd work one-on-one with you to teach you things. I mean, I don't know. It'd be anything goes. It'd be all different skill levels. And it would be fun to have in Hawaii. It'd be fun to have in Boise, Idaho too, for God's sakes, for me. Because, the guys from Boise have invited a bunch of us at different times to their meetup group. I know this sounds crazy, but and Tone actually spoke to their meetup group. They want me to speak up to their meetup group from our computer here at home. But I would love to. I mean, if there are enough people in Boise, if you can get a minion together, and then, if people understand what I'm saying, if you can get a minion together. If you can get 10 men together in Boise who really want this to happen, we can get sponsors together. Let's do it anywhere in the world. If you can get 10 guys together, get some sponsors together, give me some ideas why it's cool. I will come there, okay? I will come there. We'll work something. The other guys I can't promise that I just mentioned. I mean, if it's around African stuff, Lorian will come. We'll find a way. And Ty can't come, actually. But maybe Tone could. So, yeah, anyway, I'm rambling on about that. But Hawaii, yeah. I'm looking at you, Hawaii. I'm looking at you, Boise. I'm looking at you, Africa. Let's do this. All right. Yeah, guys. People have posted, again, continue to post things about altcoins. You should buy this. You should buy that. Come on, guys. Take it easy with some of these altcoins. We're going to talk about Pivx in a second. Hey, what's this whale club? Oh, yeah. The whale club, dude. The whale thing is a whale call was Taiwan, AML reforms, and crypto drama. That is about Bitfinex. That is already linked to below. Please check that out. It looked like a good article. I skimmed it. I'm sorry. But people are curious. I think that's a good explanation. So Pivx and Dash. Pivx and Dash. So what is this? I thought Pivx was like a troll coin at first. Like all it was like people just mentioning it to bother Dash people because it was like a copy of Dash. And I actually took some time to go over to the Pivx Bitcoin Talk thread. And I guess I should link to that. And they actually did come up with this coin in 2015. But oddly enough, it's been rebranded, which is like Dash, which what people complain about Dash. It was renamed. And I think it was renamed the first of this year. Now, I could be wrong about that, but it was renamed. And it was just in time to catch that Dash bandwagon. Dash started going up around the beginning of this year. And now Pivx is like kind of pivoting along this trajectory. And by the way, now it is after midnight. I hope it shows up that I started this video before. I mean, this was posted on Wednesday. Now it's Thursday. But anyway, so it made, this whole Pivx thing, whatever it is, and it is a total pump. I mean, I don't think it's, but the people who are into it, I think a lot of them are just trying to troll Dash. So what I wonder, is this something we're going to see in the future? Like coins created or rebranded or repositioned. And I'm not saying they're necessarily doing all of those things. It might be, a lot of it might be coincidence, but coins even created just to troll other coins, to take away their market cap, to help them pump their market cap, and just to dump them eventually. I mean, is this the way we're going to see altcoin wars in the future? It's something interesting to think about, and it kind of also shows you how fickle the altcoin world is and how pump and dump it is, and why a country like Panama will never overtake the United States in greatness, in power, and why your altcoin will never overtake Bitcoin. That's the comparison right there. So Tone Vays has basically said this, that the bottom line is with it, SegWit has won. SegWit, he says in his latest video, which I linked to below, SegWit has won and the status quo is not fine. because the A6 boost is obviously angered a lot of people now that they found out that that's the status quo, that Jihan Wu is got an advantage, and that's why he wants this to continue. So there's a lot of hostility toward Jihan Wu and his buddy, and that's not good to be in the status quo, to have this kind of hostility. For me, the bottom line is that everyone should support SegWit. That when SegWit gains momentum, you've seen it every time the SegWit gains momentum, the Bitcoin price goes up. All right. So the market is speaking. We see what the status quo is now. It's a bunch of people, a hostility because of the A6 boost controversy. So let's help SegWit out here. And every time SegWit gets closer on Litecoin price increases. I mean, the market, the people have spoken, and they want to see what the SegWit thing can do. That's the direction to go in, where the people are confident, because when the SegWit numbers increase, the price increases. And because price increases, because more people are buying it. More people are buying it because of, more people are buying it because of confidence. Why is the Ethereum Classic pump going on? I don't know, but it is over $3. Which, I've been talking about the Ethereum Classic for a while, being an interesting speculation. Since it's been around $1, now it's $3. So it's tripled in dollar terms since I started talking about this thing. What else will happen? I assume it will eventually be that the goal here is to get to 10% of Ethereum. I think there's a lot of positives involved in Ethereum Classic that can get people interested in using it, trading it, at least buying it, at least. That should pump it up to whatever. In terms of Bitcoin price, probably 10% of the Ethereum price, at least. And if Ethereum really starts to get in trouble with this proof of work, proof of stake thing, inflation never telling us, never implementing, because people are like, Adam, you don't do enough research on Ethereum. They do have a cap. From what I can tell, there's no cap. And maybe there's different theories out there when they're going to do a cap, if they're going to do a cap. But I mean, and there might be some blueprint or something, but there's not a cap right now. I don't want to get into that whole thing. All right. Be happy that your Ethereum is over 50. It was over $50. And Tor Demeester brought up a big point about Ethereum, that if it does stick around over $50, there's a shot it would go to $100. I hadn't really thought about that much, but it is back under $50 now. So, I mean, this is actually about Ethereum Classic, what I was trying to talk about here. And, we'll see if Ethereum Classic gets to 10% of Ethereum. It's something to just keep on keeping in mind, keep an eye on it. I don't know why it has gotten over $3 suddenly. The only thing I could find in their Reddit was like it linked to the Tor Demeester interview that I did. Thanks, guys, for doing that. Hey, we're making waves over here on the Bitcoin Meister channel. Pound that like button. Have a strong hand, everybody. So what's on my mind? Martin Armstrong over at Greg Hunter, USA Today watchdog. Martin Armstrong, economic downturn will take the world to war. War. That's what Greg Hunter's all about. So, okay, for those of you who love those kind of titles, I'm not you. That's not my mindset. Because if you're in that mindset of like, where everything revolves around the most negative, you have to get clicks by talking about negative things. All you can do is talk about negative things. All you do is talk about negative things, which is what Martin Armstrong and Greg Hunter and all these other guys do. It's doom porn all around. Well, eventually something bad's going to happen, so you can kind of say you were right, even though there's no World War III. Don't worry about World War III, people. Just don't worry about it. What will, again, and I've mentioned this before, if you're in that economic downturn, if you're like always worrying about the next economic downturn, or will there be a war, you're just going to be paralyzed your whole life, and you're just not going to be productive. Okay. That's not the way I think. Okay. You heard at the beginning of the show, I'm talking about, let's do things. Let's have conferences. Let's network. Let's better ourselves. These guys are talking about hide, bad things are happening, buy this, buy my book, then bad things won't happen. You know, I'm talking about, and by the way, don't give me a penny. I'm not asking for anyone to give me a penny here, by the way. There are links below, whatever you want to do. But that's not what I'm doing here. I'm not trying to scare people into anything. I love when people freeload off of me here. I'm not like Stefan Molyneux who says, I have 130 IQ. You should donate to me. This is like I'm giving you a free book here. If you watch my channel for 5 minutes, you owe me 20 cents. No. Freeload. I know most people here are in horrible economic situations, actually. So many of you are in debt. It's terrifying to me. So, if you're in debt, you really shouldn't be sending me any tips or anything like that. But going back to Martin Armstrong and everything, who wants you to, buy his newsletter, or whoever, I get them all confused now, because there's so many of these people who are in this mindset. My point is, don't be in that mindset. And so many of you ask questions like, I don't even want to answer them something. I'm just like, what is this? These people must be depressed. Are they on antidepressants or something? And I don't want to get into that thing, man. Don't do any drugs. If you're super duper depressed, I don't even understand depression to tell you the truth, man. So people are going to criticize me now. You've never been depressed. No, I have never been depressed. No, I haven't. Sorry, I haven't. Because I try to keep myself in this mindset. I don't do drugs. I eat correctly. I run. I stay in shape. I live a very active lifestyle, travel around. So anyway, but try to, have goals, aim high. Don't aim low like these people want you to be. They won't, they're the ones that say, oh, there's these secret cabal of people who control the world. Yet they're the same people who want to keep you in this mindset that's so down, like you've got to be worried about everything. I'm trying to tell everyone, no one controls the world. You control your destiny. You control your mindset. You can be happy. And hey, if you really think there's a cabal, controlling the banking system, well, we're talking Bitcoin here. They obviously don't control Bitcoin. So here, look, there's your thing. Get into Bitcoin. You should be happy if you get into Bitcoin. Or are you just one of those people who just like to complain about everything and hang out on a Bitcoin channel, and then you never buy any Bitcoin because you're just like too busy buying stuff at Burger King and McDonald's, and you had no self-control. Like you drank soda all day. You were just spending frivolously all day, and then you come here just to like yell about technical aspects of Bitcoin, and you don't own any Bitcoin at all. You're just here to hate on people or something. I don't know. I'm a little bit rambling on there, but don't be that guy. Be a happy person. Be a person who doesn't worry. Be a person, but who's prepared, who understands insurance, who doesn't do crazy things. But don't be worried about wars and just cabals and mystical conspiracies. Oh my God, it's someone else who controls my destiny. No, you control your destiny. You're a loser. Like there was a loser here on this channel the other day saying, oh, because you're white, you can say this. And that guy's a loser. The guy who said that, I didn't comment on this thing. All I said was no. When the guy wrote his thing, saying, trying to bring out race and this guy, dude, don't blame. And this guy looked like he was white too. I don't know what the heck he was. It's usually white people. It's the funniest thing. It's the white people who are the most hating of white people. At least sometimes on YouTube, you'll hear they'll be like, "Oh, the white man. If it wasn't for the white man, everyone would be rich. You controlled all the wealth and this and that." Dude, that happened 500 years ago or whatever. Whenever XYZ happened. This is today. This is 2017. Don't blame George Washington because you're poor, dude. Don't blame George Washington because you listen to Martin Armstrong's advice. All right. All right. I'll end it with that. I thought that was a pretty good ending. And there's probably more I had to say. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, check out the notes section below. I'm going to join you guys in the chat right now.